Yes, everybody, Russ and the West Ham Network. Hope you're all safe and well, my friends. If you're new around here, thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoy it. And if you do, hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers, which would be amazing. Also, can I just sort of ring the bell? Keep an eye out for all our social channels and stuff like that. In the next couple of days, we're going to be announcing a very important initiative which we want you guys to get behind, and all will be revealed in the next couple of days. But exciting initiative as well. And there's everyone's getting involved, so it'd be really cool if you guys get involved as well. But we got the Hammers Headlines in association with the KUMB.com, my boys. Happy Thursday. I like Thursdays. I'll just do 3 stories as per usual. The first one is around, obviously, we're currently in international break, and one player who was somewhat surprisingly included into his national side is this man, Vladimir Coufal, because he's going to be bloody injured. And apparently, West Ham are not very happy. We are not checkmates with the Czech Republic, the Czech Republic Federation at the moment over Mr. Coufal. We're not happy at all, West Ham, about Tim returning from injury and basically going to be featuring in the Czech Republic's upcoming European Championship internationals. The Czech Republic boss, Tomáš Pescia, has revealed he's in constant contact with the Hammers over the 30-year-old's fitness, and it's understood that we're doing everything possible to get him fit for Friday's fixture against Poland. Now, Vlad has missed the last 2 Hammers games in terms of Premier League fixtures due to his heel injury. We've spoken about that. We've heard how it can be a very painful injury. Recovery, the treatment he's having, it has about an 80% success rate, and if it wasn't successful, then you'd have to have an operation on it. But he's missed those 2 games, and apparently West Ham insiders are very concerned with his involvement in the internationals. And I mean, we have to probably pick up at least 12 points. 12 points with our remaining 12 games, I'd say, to have any chance of Premier League survival. And we've got 9 games in 27 days in April, immediately after the international break. So the decision from the Czech Republic to include Vladimir Coufal in their squad doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I mean, he's an important part of the Czech Republic's success, but it's a risk for us to include the fullback. If he features for the Czech Republic and sustains another injury or a reoccurrence of his heel injury, boys will be fuming, and we'll all be fuming. He revealed that he was hoping to get the Czech Republic defender back in contention for the 6-pointer against Southampton next Sunday. He hasn't even returned to full-time training at West Ham before the international break, and now he's going and training with the Czech Republic squad. Word from the Czech Republic camp is that there's every intention to include him and to be involved heavily in the 2024 qualifiers against Poland and Moldova next week. And too right, West Ham are not very happy about this, particularly obviously if it's, when someone gets injured, the chances are they always get injured again, isn't it? I remember my mate, you'll be watching, my mate, Tommy Taylor. He broke his leg and he healed it, and he broke his leg literally like 2 weeks later, having just returned, to full fitness, so to speak. So it never does, so... But don't be like Tommy Taylor. Love you, mate. Let's talk about West Ham and the stadium. Now, apparently West Ham, we're open to buying the London Stadium, and attempts to hold talks with the LLDC, etc., have fallen on deaf ears, apparently, according to Sean Wheatston. We know that the stadium is a bane of contention amongst the fan base. Having it because we rent it, we can't put up the posters, we can't put them up with blue tack, we can't do the same as if we rent a house. We can't put up, drawing pins. We have to sort of they have to allow us to change the carpets and things like that, and that's always a bane of contention. Take for example the wall between the home and away supporters. That was not a West Ham thing, that was a LLDC thing. So it doesn't really, I mean, obviously there's genuine hope that we can own that stadium one day and sort of be masters of our own destiny in terms of how to develop the stadium. Back in December, BBC journalist Simon Stone reported that all parties could be open to a London stadium buyout by West Ham. And then we had, I think it was January, I want to say, that there was news that Krasinski had met with LLDC CEO Lingana at the Chelsea game, apparently. But a senior source revealed that wasn't the case, or that hadn't been the case. It wasn't quite the case. But there is good news, apparently, for supporters desperate to see the club own own the ground, probably, because West Ham are open to buying it, and attempts to buy it and hold talks have fallen on deaf ears, says Sean, who's posted correspondence between Baroness Brady and Lingana on social media as proof of the conversation about buying the stadium. And the documents also show how relations between the two parties have been clearly impacted by LLDC's secret discussions with the PAI group. If you remember, that was one of the things PAI said when they were looking to buy out the club, so to speak, was they'd already had a sort of letter of contention or letter of agreement with LLDC in terms of the purchase of the stadium as part of the takeover bid. And so, so much so that apparently Baroness Brady's urging Lingana to meet her in person, discuss the possibilities of trying to do so for the last 3 years. Sean said on Twitter, West Ham are open to purchasing, operating, or controlling the London Stadium, but it's falling on deaf ears at the LLDC. West Ham never received a takeover bid from PAI and told LLDC they could have avoided wasted time if they'd approached them on the matter the first time. So obviously there is a lot of bad blood there between the LLDC and West Ham because of their involvement in the discussions with PAI. But we'll keep an eye on that as per usual. I suppose it depends what bloody league we're in next year, to be honest, because in the Championship we pay less rent as well, I think, so they lose even more money. But obviously we'll have less stadium, less attendances as well. And talking about next year, talking about the pre-season, maybe a decent pre-season for once. West Ham have announced they're jetting off to the land down under, where we've been going and been sunder. I can't remember. So Vegemite sandwich to Australia in the summer for their pre-season tour ahead of the 2023-24 season. Tour will take place in July with 2 friendlies both being playing in Perth. One of the games will be a London derby down under. With West Ham taking on Spurs at the Optus Stadium on July the 18th. Before that, David Moyes' side are due to take on A-League outfit Perth Glory at the same stadium 3 days prior. Perth Glory, who were managed last season by former West Ham Academy graduate Richie Garcia, who we've had on the channel and obviously famously part of that 1999 group who won the FA Cup, I want to say. I think it was. But we've had him on the channel to check out the interview with Richie. He's a top guy. Kickoff times of both games are yet to be confirmed, while the club is set to be in Perth ahead of the 2 clashes to meet with fans and explore the city. West Ham were actually due to travel to Australia the 2021 season, pre-season, but it's just postponed because of the obviously corona pandemic. Apparently, tickets will go on pre-sale on tomorrow, on Friday, with the link being live from 4 a.m. UK time. There we go. Good luck. A venue pre-sale window for those who register for pre-sale via the website or those who are currently on the stadium database will be active from the 24th. So you can set yourself up to be in the pre-sale, and then you can buy them from the March the 27th. Remains to be seen, obviously, which league we'll play in. But as obviously our fight for Premier League survival continues, and similarly with Spurs, will Conte be there? Probably not. But will David Moyes there? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? And that's it, my friends. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Stay safe. Stay warm. Stay humble. Keep the faith. Come on, your hands. And keep an eye on the channel and all the socials for the next couple of days to kick off our initiative, which I really want you guys to get behind because I think it's really important. Take care. Stay safe. Bye, bye. Have a nice Thursday. Bye bye.